Welcome back, everybody. It's Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. Born on this date in 1924, author Truman Capote, who was born in New Orleans but spent part of his childhood in Monroeville. In 1954, Atlanta Hawks forward and two-time NBA All-Star John Drew of Vredenburg in Monroe County. Now, how small is Vredenburg? Well, it's outside of Monroeville. Today, we're going to talk about Paul Finebaum's politics, businesses and illegal immigration, and of course, William Shakespeare. I'm Mike Morgan, and we're down in Alabama. Having spent years being well conditioned in the art of taking irrational criticism, Paul Finebaum is thinking about taking it a step further. The college sports commentator is considering politics. AL.com's Mike Cason reports that Finebaum told Clay Travis of Outkick that he's eyeing that U.S. Senate seat being vacated by Tommy Tuberville, who, if you haven't heard, is running for governor. The impetus behind this was the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk on September 10th. Finebaum told Travis that he spent hours that day doing things that he realized just didn't matter much to him, and the feeling stayed with him. If he were to run, it would be as a Republican. Finebaum told Travis that he voted for President Trump. Simplifying matters is that Finebaum actually already lives in Alabama. He and his wife moved to Mountain Brook this year after more than a decade living in Charlotte after he went to work with ESPN. Finebaum's originally from Tennessee. Now, of course, he spent more than 3 decades as a sports columnist for the Birmingham Post-Herald, and many of those years also hosting his radio show. Already in the GOP primary race for U.S. Senate are Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall, Congressman Barry Moore, and former Navy SEAL Jared Hudson. Democrats who've announced are businessman and former Republican Kyle Sweetser, business owner Dakari Lariat, and chemist Mark Wheeler. For much of this year, the federal crackdown on illegal immigration has stayed in the news as foreign nationals have been taken into custody and processed by immigration officials for possible deportation. Through June, an estimated 2,000 people had been arrested in Alabama and sent to be processed. Now, that's about double the rate that it was at that point back in 2024. But what about the local businesses that have allegedly been using illegal labor? AL.com's Sarah Whites-Kodachek reports that over the past decade, federal authorities haven't filed any criminal charges in Alabama over hiring undocumented workers. Instead, most employers who get in trouble are hit with fees and fines. Attorney Wendy Madden said she recently had a business client that was fined $27,000. A spokesperson with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that's ICE, told Sarah that it is investigating employers, but the agency hasn't provided any data or other information about any such investigations. But agents do describe the scenes at raids they conduct in their reports. For example, one mentioned builders that are, quote, knowingly using subcontractors that hire undocumented immigrants to build homes in subdivisions throughout Baldwin County, end quote. We know there are a lot of subdivisions that have gone up in Baldwin County. And the Shakespeare Association of America is moving to Alabama, reports AL.com's Walisha Morris. University of Alabama English professor Tricia McElroy is taken over as the organization's executive director. According to UA, the SSA is, quote, the nation's largest and most prominent professional organization devoted to the study of Shakespeare. Now, the move is expected to create opportunities for students to learn from top researchers of Shakespeare and Renaissance studies. There also is an annual meeting that includes about 1,000 attendees and includes panels and seminars and all things Shakespeare. Hey, we're taking voice messages with your Alabama hot takes at 205 304 1814. Let us know what's on your mind. Also, if you haven't yet, please leave us a rating on whatever app you're using. I definitely would appreciate that. Thanks, everybody, for listening to us. We're going to be back in the morning. Until then, y'all come on and see what we're doing anytime you can on the internet at al.com.